What if I told you that your overthinking is not a personality flaw or a sign of intelligence, but a highly evolved survival mechanism that is silently suffocating your potential? You know the exact feeling. You're lying in bed at 2 a.m., mentally rewriting an argument you had 3 years ago. You spend 20 agonizing minutes drafting a two-sentence email, terrified that a misplaced period makes you sound aggressive. Someone you care about texts you, okay, instead of okay, and your stomach drops. You spiral, convinced they secretly hate you. You are physically exhausted, sitting completely still, yet your brain is running a punishing marathon on a treadmill that leads absolutely nowhere. Here is the hidden truth nobody tells you about your racing mind. Your brain isn't broken, it's just trying to predict the future to keep you safe. Deep inside your head is an ancient, primitive alarm system. Thousands of years ago, overanalyzing a rustling bush kept your ancestors from getting eaten. Today, that exact same biological system treats an unread message as a literal life or death threat. Your brain is desperately trying to solve a problem that hasn't happened yet. It genuinely believes that if it imagines every worst-case scenario, it won't ever get caught off guard. And here is exactly where the trap snaps shut. You unknowingly feed this invisible beast every single day because you mistake obsessing for problem solving. You think that by chewing on a problem until your mental jaw aches, you are making progress. But overthinking is exactly like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, it requires constant motion, but it doesn't get you a single inch closer to your destination. You stay stuck because you deeply believe letting go of worry means you will fall. So you grip the steering wheel tighter, entirely unaware the car is parked. Society loves to feed us a comfortable lie. We are told that overthinkers are simply detail-oriented, or that worrying a lot means you really care. That is a fabricated myth. Overthinking has nothing to do with caring. It is entirely driven by the dread of uncertainty. You don't overanalyze a text message because you care so deeply about the relationship. You do it because you are terrified of sudden rejection. You aren't being careful. You are being held hostage by your own unchecked imagination. But what if you stopped fighting it? Take a deep breath and look at that frantic, hyper-vigilant part of your mind. It is not your enemy. It is a deeply misguided bodyguard. It is the part of you that was hurt, embarrassed, or blindsided in your past, and it's currently working overtime to ensure you never feel that vulnerability again. Your overthinking is just a hyperactive shield. It's a fierce protector that simply doesn't realize the war you fought is already over. There is a microsecond, a tiny, almost invisible gap between the moment an anxious thought enters your mind and the moment you decide to follow it down the dark rabbit hole. That single gap is where your entire life changes. You do not have to stop the first intrusive thought from arriving. That's impossible. You just have to stop pulling out a chair and inviting it to stay for coffee. You possess the profound power to notice the thought, not at it, and consciously choose not to board the train. Adopt the mindset of the neutral witness. Imagine your thoughts are just cars driving past you on a busy, multi-lane highway. For years, you've been running frantically into the middle of the road trying to chase down every single car, inspect the tires, and interrogate the driver. It is exhausting. As the neutral witness, you finally step back onto the safety of the sidewalk. You simply watch the cars go by. Some move fast, some look dangerous, but none of them can hit you unless you step into the street. You are not your thoughts. You are the quiet awareness observing them. Here is your practical challenge for the next 48 hours. Every single time you feel that tightening knot in your stomach and your mind begins to spiral, forcefully hit the pause button. Ask yourself one simple question out loud. Is this a verifiable fact, or is this a story my brain is telling me to keep me safe? 99% of the time, you'll realize it's just a story. When you label it as fiction, you instantly strip away its control over your nervous system. Breaking this exhausting cycle is just the first step in reclaiming the peace of your own mind. But there's an even deeper psychological loop keeping you tied to your past. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. If you are ready to finally understand why you silently self-sabotage right when things start going well, you know what to do next. Hit that follow button because we are just getting started.